Hi friends, this is a video from Culture Club. We have gathered and interviewed students from many continents. They are asked to express what they have to say about the immersion of culture, culture globalization, and the importance of culture to themselves. So, enjoy. Hello, can you guys introduce yourself? Where are you from and what is your name?
Okay, so my name is Emma Mui, and I'm a Vietnamese.
I'm Chen Xiping, I'm Taiwanese.
Okay, so the first question is,
I'm a Vietnamese, I'm born here and lived here. So I would say Vietnamese is a big part of my culture, but since I'm attending an international school, I would say Australian is part of it. Not the major part, but yeah.
I'm Taiwanese, so I will consider myself as a Taiwanese community.
Yes.
But since I have lived in Vietnam for at least 12 years, so I would also say I would take Vietnamese as one of my community.
I'm from Australia. Well, my mom's from Australia, my dad's from England. I was born in India, but I've been living in Vietnam for the last 12 years.
Sri Lankan, and I'm part of the Vietnamese culture as well.
Hi, my dad is American, my mom is Vietnamese, but I've grown up in Vietnam, in Saigon specifically, all my life.
what is your favorite cuisine?
I would say pizza, with pepperoni pizza is my favorite.
Which is your favorite? I know you guys are global citizens.
I like Vietnamese cuisine the best because it's flavorful. But since of the time that I'm committed to such cuisine, I kind of feel like it's become parts of me to certain food aspect of the Vietnamese cuisine. That's why.
I'm part of an international school, so I get to meet many different people. So my favorite cuisine is not Indian or Vietnamese, but it's Mexican comfort food for me, and I just like eating it.
Does it say anything about your personality?
I don't know, I just think I've grown into being an open-minded person by meeting different people, so being able to accept different cultures is what I've learned.
Me, myself, I believe I'm an atheist. However, my mother's side, they are Buddhist. My dad's side was predominantly Christian. I don't necessarily believe in a God, but sometimes I do think it's helpful to use religion as a way to search for optimism and hope. Sometimes when I feel down, I don't have motivation. It's good to think that there's something else out there that's cheering you on.
As a Buddhist, you're not really forced to go to like the temple or like a place where you pray every day or weekly.
Yes.
It's not mandatory, which is something that I like about my culture because it gives more like freedom and choice for us.
And are there any disagreements that you have?
Not really. I actually quite strongly believe what the Buddhism culture follows.
Oh, okay.
For the disagreement in Vietnamese public school, on Monday, girls gonna wear áo dài to school. However, the boys is not. It's not a necessity for the boys to do so. And I think there's kind of a gender specific when it comes to that certain cultural practice.
Love is the people. They're just so nice, so kind. I love them. I think Taiwanese people is missing like an international mindset, since in the Taiwanese education they only accept like the Asian education. When they like see a question or an event, they may only think in one perspective. They may not think in a wider view.
Okay, so
The U.S., specifically some parts of the U.S.,
yeah.
especially with all the gun violence and all the racism that's been on the news, it's quite disappointing to see a part of me being expressed in that way. Because I know that there are some parts of that community who think oppositely.
It can be challenging, yeah,
Yes.
because it's a whole new culture. You've just come from a completely different one. Hard to find your feet at times.
I think you might have a lot to say about cultural globalization.
I think it's good. It's good and bad, but I think it's more on the good side, just
Yes.
because the relationship people have with other cultures enables more traveling, more connections around the world,
Yes.
and because of like technology and things like that rapidly developing, I think it's really important to be able to know different cultures, and so globalization really breaks down those barriers.
Yeah.
Globalization, it's like you're taking the best parts of all cultures, but at the same time as you're doing that, conflicts it's almost inevitable, just because the values and the foundation for each country and each culture will always be different, and some ideas just don't really match, right? And that's inevitable. But the fact that you're able to share cultures and express it gives everyone in the world an opportunity to be more open-minded and to be more accepting of everyone.
There's a singer and she said, culture is not something that you can keep or sustain within your community, but it's something that rather evolves as time passes. And so I think that even though you have your traditional and very original culture at first, it needs to have some kind of evolution as time passes in order to actually sustain that culture.
Culture is important because it's what makes a country interesting and what differentiates it from others.
As you've been saying that you strongly believe in your religion and your culture. So what is the cultural practice that you can't live without?
If there is no temple or like any place that I could go to pray to my Lord, I kind of find it a bit offensive.
Not really, it's just I do have a daily routine, but it's not really because of my culture. It's just something I've developed over time.
What is something that you can't live without on a daily basis that is connected to your culture? Is that about your cuisine or like a ritual that you have to do every morning? If you don't, then just be honest.
Do you have one?
To be honest, I don't.
Okay.
Same for me.
Alright, thank you very much. Goodbye. Okay, that was the last question. Although I still have a few things to say on the behalf of the members of Culture Club. We are international students. We are brought up in multicultural values. We have the ability to adapt and to be aware of many different cultures in the world. On the other hand, we don't often have the deep connection to any individual ones. And because of that, the Culture Club is created. It started from blogs about the cultures that is not well known about from the unpopular regions of the world. But we also encourage you to embrace yourself, embrace your backgrounds, embrace your view and your perspectives. The year 13 cohort are graduating shortly. We are going to be exposed to heaps and heaps of new things. If you are inspired by this video and want to be the next generation of Culture Club, then direct message to the emails below. And if you're not, we're fine. That's a wrap. Goodbye.